Welcome to the Context Machine, episode 661. I'm Bryan Chaffin, and I have a cold.
And I'm Jeff Gamet, and I am not dead.
You have COVID.
Yes, I'm recovering from COVID. And
I'm sorry, buddy.
Oh, me too. Boy, howdy, did it kick my butt.
And you were maxed boosted, right?
Yes, and I am certain that's why I didn't have to go to the hospital.
I am sure that that's true.
So hooray for medical science and vaccinations.
Yes.
Yeah. Speaking of medical science and vaccinations, we have a website, contextmachine.io.
Ah, excellent. And you can use contextmachine.io to reach out to us, or you can find us on Mastodon at Context Machine. Can we just call it now? Like doom doom doom.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us today. It's been great being here with you. I'm going to go take a nap, and Bryan is going to go chug some more Dayquil.
Yes. No, we're actually going to record because we love you that much.
We do. Speaking of love, Bryan.
Yeah.
Well, first, of course, I love you, man.
Oh, I love you too, brother.
It's been a little while because of sick, but then also I went to Macstock.
Oh yeah,
which at this point was a few weeks ago, and I took our show stickers with me. Yes,
how did that go? I have been.
People thought they were really cool. They really liked our show.
That's excellent.
Stickers.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for doing that.
Oh, sure. I still have some, so I should put together a little care package so you can have some too.
You sent me some, didn't
you? Dude, that was so long ago, and that was pre-Jeff sick. Maybe I did.
I feel like I have some downstairs, but I can't swear to it.
Well, if you do, then screw you, man. Quit trying to scam me out of more stickers.
That seems, but I may actually be thinking about looking at a picture of them in our iMessage chat. So I don't. Have I mentioned that I have a cold?
I hadn't picked up on that. You hide it really well.
Yeah, sure I do. All right, so let's talk about the archive.
Yeah, we actually do need to talk about that because it's super cool.
It is.
Wait. I'm sorry, Bryan. The archive? What is that? I would love to hear more about the archive.
The archive is it's an app
and a
website but so here's where I'm confused. It's not this is not a Gene Roddenberry app, is it? Gene Roddenberry Incorporated.
No, this is part of the whole Roddenberry properties.
Well, okay, I get that, but it's not labeled. It was developed by Otoy Inc.
Yes, and Eugene, he was instrumental in. And just to be clear, Rod has decided that he's going to use his real first name, Eugene.
Yeah, so he's Eugene. His father was Gene.
Right. So Eugene, he made sure that all the coordination and everything that needed to happen so that this group that they partnered with could bring to life the interiors of all these ships. That sentence got away from me. They collaborated to make this happen.
Right. Okay. So anyway, it has essentially augmented reality, virtual reality, recreations of all the ships. It also has some content from the cage at the very least.
Mm-hmm.
And
yes.
So there are several. It's not just the ship recreations, And the ship recreations, like, I mean, so like you can basically walk around on the bridge. I don't think you can do a full walkthrough through any of them, right? You can't like go.
They have multiple parts of the ships,
But you can't do like stem to stern kind of thing.
I don't think they have that much of all the ships or of any of the ships yet, but I expect eventually you'll be able to do a full walkthrough of some of the ships that way. So right now, for example, what's been available for a while, when you would go to the website and go through, you start on the ship bridge, and you can sit at various stations, including the captain's chair, and then you can exit the bridge through whatever method that ship had, and then go to other parts of the ship. Or there's also a section so since I don't have an Apple Vision Pro, I don't get to do the whole VR thing for the ships.
I do.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you have taken the time to download and explore the app and experience all this.
I definitely haven't spent a ton of time in it, but I've spent enough time in it to be awesomeified. It's cool. Way cool. It's way cool. And like this is the content I'm here for the AVP.
Oh, it's super cool. Yeah. Now on the website, and just so everyone knows, that we'll have the link in the show notes, but it's roddenberry.x.io. And so like I have one of the versions of Enterprise from the various TV series up, and I can choose to look at the ship exterior, the bridge, the captain's quarters, engineering, briefing rooms, stuff like that. And as they build out more of the areas of the ship, then of course you can explore more parts. But they have Deep Space Nine, the space station now. I haven't looked at the big space dock space station, but I know that's in there now.
They've got multiple versions of the Enterprise from, both the alternate timelines and from the different eras. It's really cool. It's really fun. It's really exciting. It is from an AVP standpoint, it is absolutely taking advantage of the AVP magic.
Yeah. And even if you have to, like me, like an animal, do this through your web browser, it's still really cool to have 360 views that you can navigate through and explore the various ships.
Yeah. So it's cool. It's super fun.
Yeah, and this is going to be super useful when one of the various enterprises gets pulled through a time vortex and dropped back here. And now it's up to you, Bryan, with all of the knowledge that you have amassed by exploring the various enterprises in detail. It's going to be up to you to be able to get through the ship and save us all.
Excellent.
So no pressure, but we're all counting on you.
Yeah, that seems legit. So anyway, it is if you look it up on the App Store and you're not using an AVP, it'll probably tell you that it's only available for Apple Vision, but it does let you sort of scroll through the information and look at the videos, the sample videos that are up and things like that.
And then if you just go to the website, well, now you can just navigate.
Yeah. Yeah. So this in no way requires an AVP, but it is augmented for AVP, which is cool.
And it is super cool, I bet.
Yeah. So like one of the videos that's on the App Store listing, basically shows you being able to, manipulate the Enterprise, D. Yeah. And that's
Bryan,
super cool.
It is so obvious that it's the Enterprise D.
I knew that,
and then the nacelles,
and then
Bryan.
I panicked.
Clearly.
Hey, speaking of Star Wars, did you watch The Acolyte?
Yes, actually, I did.
Yeah, I didn't love it, but I liked it.
I enjoyed it, and I liked getting to see part of the Star Wars universe that's earlier than we've seen before, and I loved getting to have that different perspective.
Yeah, and essentially, showing us the some of the mistakes the Jedi made. That was interesting to me.
I liked seeing Jedi portrayed as just people. I mean, they're people with extraordinary abilities, but they're still people, and they have to navigate their world and the social constructs and
they don't always make the right decisions.
Politics and yeah, and there's repercussions for their actions.
Yeah. So my main beef with it was the acting, not the lead. She was great. But the in particular I forget her name, the woman who was the head of the Jedi Order.
Oh, not the head of the Jedi Order, the woman that we were encountering most often, a high-ranking Jedi.
Yes, what you just said. Yes, I like that.
She was green, and I can't remember her name either.
Yeah, I just she wasn't compelling to me. Her acting just fell flat, but the lead was great, and I also really liked Manny Jacinto probably, who played the stranger.
I do not know how to pronounce his name, so I won't even try. But yeah, it is so cool to see him playing such a wide range of characters. A lot of people will remember him from The Good Place.
Okay, I didn't see it, but okay.
Oh,
I definitely,
it's a wonderful series.
I've definitely seen him in something before. He was great. He's been great in everything that I've seen him in, and he was. I thought he was particularly compelling in this role. He was compelling as in like both of his roles, so to speak.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I thought he was great. I thought he was cast really well, and I really enjoyed his screen time.
Was the actress who played May Inosha, is that the same actress or are they twins?
Yes, she played both parts.
Oh, man, that is amazing how well they can seamlessly integrate stuff like that. Because I never once knew that it was the same person being composited together. There wasn't a second when I knew that was the case.
Yeah, they did a wonderful job with and
I feel like she did a wonderful job of being slightly different.
Yes, you believed that you were seeing two different people playing twins.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I know that show got some hate. That hate was why I wanted to watch it, and I don't regret it.
You know, the whole hate thing, what I have discovered or come to realize over time is that there is a portion of the fan base for Star Wars, and it's the same for Star Trek, that will hate on everything.
Yeah.
And it sucks. People let everyone enjoy what they want, even if it doesn't make you happy.
Yep.
Just let it go. These are great shows and they're fun and I really enjoy it. I've been really enjoying what's been happening with the various Star Wars shows that have been coming out.
Agreed. I've liked them all.
Yeah, same. Yeah. And yes, I get that there can be weaker points in different episodes
for sure.
or different series.
Of course, it turns out that not every episode or every series can be the best. But
they can all be fun.
But that's a lot different from the hate in particular the incel crowd likes to deliver on these shows.
Yeah. So as long as we're bouncing around, I'm going to bounce us back to Star Trek. Have you seen the teaser that was released for season 3 of Star Trek Strange New Worlds? I
think I did, but I can't remember any of the content. So maybe I didn't.
Maybe you didn't, or maybe you were multitasking. But for those of you that haven't seen it yet, which may very well include Bryan, it's a teaser clip that's a few minutes long, and it's Captain Pike and Nurse Chapel and
of course I saw it. Yes,
there's a couple other people. Anyhow, so there's several characters, and they have to have this drug put in them that references back to a drug used last season, and it's to make them temporarily genetically Vulcan, and so they all end up looking Vulcan. They have the pointed ears and the different eyebrow shape, and they're suddenly suppressed emotions and
I got a real problem with that. To be honest, they frickin' lost me there, because the suppressed emotions is the result of hard work and discipline by the Vulcan people. To wit, Spock's ongoing troubles in some of these Star Trek prequels, where he is not necessarily doing a good job of suppressing his emotions. And so the idea that that's genetic runs contrary to everything that we've been shown in the Star Trek universe.
Well, keep in mind, Spock is also half human, and so he has a more difficult time with this than other Vulcans would. Also, you are totally tearing down what is obviously a setup for what's going to be, I think, a funny episode, but. They all have to go on a mission as Vulcans, and then when they get back to Enterprise, and the effect is supposed to wear off, it doesn't.
Right? Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy to suspend my disbelief, but I'm also happy to kvetch about it.
Well, okay, this is you, and this is part of what makes you adorable.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah, let's go with that. So anyhow, I assume that your days and evenings will be spent exploring starships.
Yeah, probably.
Space stations.
Probably. It's actually get me to put my AVP on my head.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to be experimenting with that, because there's some cool stuff out there.
There is increasingly some cool stuff out there. That's for sure.
Yeah, and that doesn't surprise me that we're starting to see more.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about a literal new platform, total new computing platform. And so it takes time for the software to roll out.
You know what would be really cool
What?
for AVP in Star Trek would be the ability to interact with the control panels on, say, the bridge of the Enterprise. So in other words, to have your perspective not be just like just seeing the bridge, but like you're sitting in a chair and you have got those various screens and buttons.
You want Star Trek Flight Simulator?
Yeah, I do. That'll work.
I think that would be super cool.
And I'm sure that we will eventually have that.
Of course we will. And I have no insider knowledge, but of course we will.
Same thing with the Star Wars, with all those steampunk buttons and switches.
Yeah. Yeah. Who doesn't want to fly the Millennium Falcon?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Oh, by the way, that's another thing about the Acolyte. They are like showing so many cool ships in each of these shows. And increasingly cool, not increasingly, but more and more cool toys that I want. Like I would love to have the little droid thing that OSHA carries.
Oh my God! Right? How is that not already on the market?
Well, I mean, I think it would probably be pretty difficult to make something that can actually move like it does.
I think it would actually not be that difficult because it's more about moving just a single part.
But multiple directions. So it's got to be able to spin and also pivot and turn. So, and I mean, I guess they don't have to do anyway. I feel like we should, I mean, we got BB-8 years ago, right? Little toy BB-8s.
That's still sitting on my desk, like seriously, right here.
Yeah, for sure. And that is in and of itself an amazing toy. But there have been so many cool toys and so many cool ships, and I feel like we should be having models galore, and die cast toys with all these things, and I'm surprised that we don't.
I am too. Related to that, Lego, they have seasonal releases. So like they just dropped a bunch of new kits. And of course there's always Star Wars stuff that comes out because that's the big property, one of the big properties.
Yeah, for sure.
That they have licensing for. Excuse me. The Star Wars stuff that they introduced, it's cool, but it's not what I was expecting. Like I was certain with as cool as that the one ship from Andor is, the kind of undercover, the antique sales guy that's actually helping the rebellion get off the ground. That cool spaceship he has.
Which one? Because I want to say it's actually not the ship that you're. I feel like I'm thinking of the wrong ship.
You're thinking of the wrong ship. Okay, so in Andor,
yes,
there's the guy that
Luthen.
Thank you, Lucent, his ship. How did that not become a Lego kit already? Because it is so perfect for Lego.
I want what's the ship that I want, because I know the one. I know you have, that has to be enough to clue you in.
The ship that you want, is it from Andor?
No, I don't think it is from Andor. It's the one that is it's stripped down to metal and it's shiny and it's super slick, super.
Do you want the midlife crisis ship that Mando flies? The little
yes.
Okay, so yeah, so that's a Naboo starfighter that's been all tricked out.
Right. That's no.
That kit
No,
exists.
no, no, no,
I
no, no.
actually have it.
No, 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 no. I want the one that's like super sleek.
That one's super sleek.
The Starfighter N1.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Okay. As opposed to his big hulking, the Razor
Right.
Crest.
I accept your apology.
Okay. Yes. You actually have my apology. So yeah, I totally want a diecast N1, Starfighter N1. I want a diecast one.
It wouldn't surprise me if that exists. There's the company that makes all of the Star Wars tabletop game pieces, and they're really good at cranking out newer pieces. So what you're looking for may exist. It may not be, like 12 inches long, but that kit may already exist.
Yeah, I don't want a kit. I want a toy.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry, a toy. You take it out of the box and it's on a little stand and you've got it.
Okay, there are some out there, but they're not a scene. They're not good enough. All right. Anyway, so yeah,
They're
toys,
not good enough.
Toys, and Star Wars and Star Trek, and there's definitely lots of fun stuff going on, and that's great.
Yeah. All right. So that's this week's show. It's been
Nope.
great. Oh,
We're going to talk about a little bit about Apple. They did do their earnings report today, yesterday. And it turns out they're still making all the money. And it turns out that people were predicting their inevitable decline and fall, and it hasn't happened yet. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Okay. So once again, they made all the money, and I was only half listening to you, but it's because I care. And I'm dropping you a link. I found the toy you're looking for.
Oh goodness, this is the toy I'm looking for.
Yeah, the Star Wars Vintage Collection Mandalorians and one Starfighter, and it even includes Mando and Baby Yoda.
Okay, no, the one. And I'm gonna try to not obsess.
I mean, good for you.
Yeah, right. So anyway, Apple they released earnings and they made all the money. Their Chinese sales are down a little bit. Their iPhone sales, I think, were up. And do you know the New York Times PitchBot account?
Yes, I do.
You know, they make what I think are very funny jokes about articles, political articles, and I feel like we need an account for Apple related stories. And I saw one article today, as a matter of fact. It was okay, I found the article. The title was Apple Earnings Lifted the Stock, Why One Analyst Got More Bearish. I mean, it is funny how many people are so intent on being negative about Apple still after all these years. After all these years. It's fascinating.
Yeah, it is. And it's like they never learned.
Yes, it's like they never learned. It's like being enshrined in the death knell counter didn't really affect anyone. Didn't really matter. It matters to me.
And I actually find that quite surprising that it doesn't matter to these people, because the death knell counter, people should have listened.
Yep. Apple turns out still making all the money. Who knew? Right. Well, now I believe that you've become a little fire starter. Is that right?
I laugh only because it hurts. By the way, I am totally enabling you. Look in our private chat and you will see.
I see them all. You can include links to these in the show notes. Okay, there's definitely another ship that is smoother and rounder and shinier than this one.
And it's from Mandalorian.
No, I'm not gonna swear to that.
Well, there's other Naboo ships that they look like chrome and they're like super sleek and they look sort of like they have this kind of retro, almost Art Deco to the design.
Yes. Okay,
so those are other Naboo spaceships. So probably the one you want is Amidala's ship.
Oh yeah, now that you said that, yes, that's what I want. I want Amidala's ship.
Okay, well, I've already given you a bunch of links for Mando's Midlife Crisis.
Okay, and Mando's Midlife Crisis Starfighter is also great, but it's not as cool as Amidala's.
Yeah, that's a pretty sleek ship, and I really do like the lines on that one. Yeah. All right, but anyhow, you were making a joke about how Colorado is burning to the ground.
You put it that way, and I think I was. I think
it's funny, is it?
I think I was making a joke about you starting fires. I think that was actually my joke.
Oh, right. All right. Well, to play off that bit of wit, I have a public service announcement.
Okay, good. Tell us.
If you live in an area where wildfires are just part of your life now, there's an app you can get for iOS and iPad called Watch Duty. And it's a free app, fully functional for free, but they do have options for you to donate to support the app. And what it does is it lets you pick different areas and track what's going on for wildfires in those areas. And you can get alerts to your phone or to your Apple Watch and stay on top of what's going on. So like when a new fire starts, you'll find out about it when significant events related to the fire, like mandatory evacuations.
That seems really important.
Yeah, it's a really cool app. So like for me, I'm looking at it right now, and the fires that are near me are the Alexander Mountain Fire, Stone Canyon Fire, Lakeshore Fire, the Quarry Fire, and oh, that's right. I forgot. I got a notice just a little bit ago. Now we have the Fall River Fire, and the Lakeshore Fire, the smallest of them. That one is contained right now, but like the Alexander Mountain Fire and the Stone Canyon Fire, these are not neither is a Quarry Fire. These are not contained yet. And those of you that follow me on like Mastodon and Instagram, you've seen me posting pictures of the heavy smoke all around the area.
Yeah,
that's the Alexander Mountain Fire and the Stone Canyon Fire. But I can keep track of what's going on with these fires, see how much they have grown, if they are contained or partially contained, and it's an unfortunate yet really great tool. It's unfortunate we need to have the tool, but it's a really great tool.
It is unfortunate.
Yeah, and like for me, I live in an area where I am more likely to be affected by the smoke and ash from the fires, which can also include other toxic chemicals. Like if a house burns down, there's a lot of toxic stuff that gets released into the air.
Right.
When I was living down in the heart of Boulder, I was closer to where some of the other wildfires could have a bigger impact on me. But it's great to be able to stay on top of all this stuff. And for my parents who live nearby, but far enough away where it's not like I'm just going to say, oh, I'm just going to pop over to mom and dad's for a couple minutes. They're in an area where there's a higher likelihood of being evacuated from a wildfire. Mm-hmm. So I can keep track of what's going on around my parents' place too.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right. So you can have a link to that in the show notes.
I will put a link to that in the show notes. Like I said, it's a free tool. And if you pay for it, you're paying just to help support the app. And it's put out by a nonprofit organization that does wildfire tracking.
And I would add that if you were concerned about forest fires, vote in this upcoming election.
I think that's really good advice. Yeah. Here I am sitting in my place that I'm leaving only when absolutely necessary because of the smoke. And my windows are sealed. I have air purifiers running, and that's necessary to avoid having issues from all the smoke.
Right. So vote. Okay. Now, I believe, if we're not mistaken, that you have you're no longer a D&D virgin. You've been playing D&D, sir.
So to carry on with this analogy that you have just crafted, I've had D&D makeout sessions a few times.
Oh, okay.
This is the first time I went all the way.
Fair enough. So what'd you think?
I had a lot of fun. And just so everyone knows, Bryan invited me to join in on a D&D campaign that he was participating in. And it was great because I was welcomed in, even though I really, it had been so long since I had even dabbled with Dungeons and Dragons. I was basically coming in as a complete.
Yeah, okay. Everyone but me in this group was a first time player, including the DM. So you weren't at a disadvantage, nor did you disadvantage us.
Well, I didn't feel like I was at a disadvantage, but okay. Here's where I'm going with this. I felt very welcome, and I felt that everyone was super supportive of my limited knowledge going in, and the patience was especially great because the campaign had already started. And
you were sort of jumping in the middle.
Right. Because clearly you didn't think enough to think, well, maybe Jeff would like to play this game, until later on we were like, oh, I guess we need someone else. Well, maybe we could get Jeff to do it. That's clearly how it played out, right?
No, that's actually not how it played out. It played out that I was the last person invited to the group. And then we lost a player, and I got to nominate someone, and that was you.
Well, thank you for nominating me. Because
yeah, for sure. Thanks for joining us.
I had a lot of fun. It was delightful. And after the game wrapped up, and someone in the campaign, I think it was Brandon, let all of us know that Amazon was doing a really great deal on the game guide book. I know that's not the right word, but
Player's Handbook.
The Player's Handbook. They were doing a really great deal on the book. So I just went ahead and bought it. because I know I'm going to play more, and while having the PDF and the website to go through so that you can read about all this stuff is great. I'm just feeling like having that physical book is making it a lot easier for me to understand what's going on and how the rules work. And anyhow, I enjoyed it enough. I ended up buying the handbook.
Great,
So
because you're just in time to get the new handbook.
Yeah, and
so Wizards of the Coast is releasing an updated version of the 5th edition rules.
And that's why the copy I got was so cheap, because it's not the updated one that hasn't come out yet, but is coming soon. Is that right?
Yeah, it's coming soon. But so I think it's coming in September, and then the Monster Manual will come in October, and then the Dungeon Master's Guide will come out in November. So anyway, these are updated rules for the 5th edition. And it's the 5th edition came out in 2014. These are being called I think it's like Player's Handbook 2024, and it's designed to be backwards compatible, and which is they basically have done, it seems like, a very good job of keeping everything compatible, both in both directions, and not disrupting the game. Because in the past, they've done things like there was 2nd edition, and there was 2.5, edition 2.5, and then edition 3, and then 3.5, and then 4, and then 5. And each of those versions essentially required everybody having to, embrace a completely new system. And this is more like a modified version of the game, but it feels like it's a good modification to me so far. Everything that I've seen,
okay.
and I've watched a lot of the content. It seems like they've expanded on some things that needed to be expanded on. They've changed a few things that needed to be changed, but it'll still be the same familiar system to everybody who's been playing certainly since 2014, or for you who've been playing since 2024.
Okay. And the fact that I bought the handbook that is weeks away from being out of date, that's not going to be a big problem for me, because the stuff that I really need to know, it is in this book, and then I can learn the new procedures and stuff as we're playing.
Well, yeah, and I mean, reality is that everybody could still be playing 2nd edition if they wanted, or AD&D, the first adult, complete version of D&D. People could still be playing AD&D if that's what they all agreed to do. And I feel like our group has shown some resistance to doing anything in the new books, because they feel like they're being railroaded into buying more stuff, and that's fine. I get it. I'm guessing that we will stay probably on the 2014 rules for a while. So yeah, you won't need to do anything.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm enjoying this, and it's been a lot of fun getting into this, and I like that. I got to learn how to play a character. I was a warrior, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the correct term?
Yes.
And then we had fighter. And then when we got close to the end of the campaign, my character got killed, like permanently killed. Oops. But we had someone else that was playing where their schedule changed, and they couldn't make it anymore. So then I took over their character, and then I got to play a
cleric.
Oracle?
Cleric.
See, I still need to learn all of the.
Yeah, you're fired.
Well, based on what I was being paid, yeah,
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So now we weren't in the studio playing, so we were having to play across the Zoom because everyone is actually in some other part of the country. So we were using some of the online tools. We were using Roll20 in particular, which is a third-party service that allows it facilitates roles, it facilitates player information, and facilitates a shared map.
Mm-hmm.
And what did you think of that?
It was buggy as crap, but it was also really cool. I think it made playing the game a lot easier because we were all seeing the same thing in real time.
Yeah, I feel like the buggy part was with their voice communication platform, which wasn't great, but I felt like everything else worked pretty well.
Yeah, well, I mean, we did have issues with the way it was rolling dice at times.
Oh yeah, that's true. You're right.
And
I offer you my apology.
Sometimes it wouldn't redraw the maps correctly.
Yeah, all right, fair enough.
But it let us do what we needed to do well enough that that we were okay dealing with the bugs that we were facing.
Yeah, fair enough. And we were able, we basically talked on Zoom and then did game stuff on Roll20. And Roll20 worked pretty well for me. I know that Wizards of the Coast is working on a new 3D environment thing that I'm not particularly keen on.
Until it comes to Apple Vision Pro. And then it'll be super cool, right?
I don't, so part of it's, I'm old school and I'm change resistant. That's for sure. I feel like the best way to play D&D is sitting across the table from one another without a map. So you don't, so that you were using what is called the theater of the mind. And, if you've got a good DM, they're able to spin the world for you in a way that you can see it. And you're able to interact with that non-existent world in a way that you could feel and think is real. That to me is the best way to play D&D. If you can't play, the best way to play is, I think, where you're across from each other at a table, but you've got a map or a game board and you're using figures. And there are tons of benefits to using figures, including the fact that you can measure stuff so that you know exactly how far a spell reaches and things like that. Those are certainly benefits. I feel like the theater of the mind offers other and different and more benefits, but that's fine. If you want to do the map and if you're the map kind of person, that's great. And then playing online, I don't know, maybe you have to have a map.
I felt the map was necessary because we weren't together, and it helped me to visualize where we were, even though I was creating the world in my mind. Mm-hmm. It was also important for me to be able to understand like the physical relationship with distances between where people were. And I'm feeling like if we were playing in person without any maps or anything, just totally doing theater of the mind, because I'm a note taker, which turned out to be part that.
Yes. Thank you for taking notes.
Yeah. That was a thing that I didn't realize we're going to start off each session, and I'm going to open up my book and say, and this is where we were. But I feel like I would still be doing that, and I would have another piece of paper out in front of me where I would be crafting a map of where we were going as we're playing, just because the whole visual notes thing for me is so big.
Yeah, that's fair. And that's legitimate to do. Like if you were not being given a map by the DM and you were to make a map as you go, that's fair and reasonable. It sounds like I'm being a jerk, but I'm not trying to be a jerk.
Well, see, I know you're not a jerk, but some people perceive it that way, but we know better. You're not a jerk.
So anyway, I'm glad that you played with us, and you are unfortunately going to be my victims for our next little campaign.
I'm looking forward to it, and I'm also looking forward to seeing how you react to us, because I've seen so many cartoons drawn online where it's the whole thing about the dungeon master crafts this incredible world, and then the players just completely hose what the dungeon master had planned.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep that in mind, and I'm trying to not fall into that trap. So wish me luck.
Oh, I do wish you luck. Yeah. And in part because you'll have to deal with me.
I only have like thousands and thousands of words written down about the city. Seriously.
See, that's awesome, because that means that you're prepared for whatever thing we do that doesn't fit with what you were expecting.
Yeah, and that's actually what I've been trying to do.
All the other stuff.
I've been trying to, like, I want to be able to have all of my plans derail and being able to wing whatever y'all do. That's my goal.
What I'm getting out of this is that if we lived in a time where we had the technologies that we see in the Star Trek TV shows, that you would be an amazing holodeck programmer, because you could go in and you know how that was a thing that they were doing on Star Trek Voyager with the novels people could play through, and people were writing the stories.
No, I didn't watch Voyager.
Oh, okay. Well, that's where they really started talking about that whole thing, and one of the characters, a couple of the characters, really got into crafting novels that are fully immersive, that you go and experience, and so it's like you get to go and play a game, but it's this whole world that's crafted for you.
It's like the OmniNet.
It's like the OmniNet. It is. By the way, Bryan.
Yeah.
Do you know what that's a reference from? The OmniNet?
I do.
Yeah, that sci-fi author.
Yeah.
What's his name? Chaffin.
Yeah, Bryan
Chaffin.
Chaffin.
That guy. Yeah. Yeah. Accidental Intelligence.
Yeah. Excellent. That sounds excellent.
It does. So yeah, I am looking forward to our next campaign. So thank you for bringing me into the world of Dungeons and Dragons. And
I'm happy to get you to play finally.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So I bought the handbook.
Yeah.
Which is great, because like when I got it, I opened it up, I started flipping through, and the first thing I did was I took my little Post-it flags and started putting tabs in the book so I could find things that I knew I'd want to reference quickly.
Uh-huh.
And
I love that.
But you know me, of course that's what I did.
Yeah, of course.
And I was thinking, do I need to buy a set of dice just to have. And my first thought was, no, I really don't, because we do everything online. Is there a reason why, if we're all playing online, I should have a set of dice here, like physical dice?
Yeah, just to have them.
Okay, so not like if I don't have them on hand, I'm missing out on part of the play experience, but it's just nice to have them handy.
Yeah, dice are fun, man. I have always loved playing with my D&D dice. I've always loved just having the dice. I would take them to school, keep them in my pocket, play with them.
They were necessary when we did a couple contests in the past, and you would pull out your D&D dice.
They weren't really necessary, but I made them integral.
But they so were necessary.
Yeah. So anyway, to answer your question, no, you don't need.
So I don't need to have a set of dice.
You don't need to have a set of dice.
It's just nice to have.
Yeah, especially if there's ever a chance that you're going to find yourself invited to something in real space.
Okay, so I should just watch for a set of dice that looks interesting to pop up at a good price on Amazon, or go visit the local gaming store and see if they have something that I like. And then just pick up some dice and have them on hand.
Yeah, I've been coughing my butt off here, so I'm sorry. Going to your game store would be great, or going to one of the dedicated companies that's making these things, or farming them out to Chinese interests to make, but whatever, would be good. Or, if you just want a set of cheap dice, because cheap dice can be just fine. It probably doesn't really matter where you go, but yeah, go to your local gaming store. I went to one called Elusive. What's it called? Oh my goodness, Elusive. No, that can't be right. Elusive Comics and Games, local San Jose comic book store and gaming store, and it was really fun to be in a store like that again.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. So I just did a quick search to see what's near me, because I now, I had to move out of the middle of downtown Boulder, and I live about 15 minutes away from where I was in Longmont. And near me, I have Heart of Gold Games, Atomic Goblin Games, and Newcastle Comics and Games.
Oh my God, you're going to find some dice in one of those places. Probably all three.
Oh, all three. And there's one of them that some of my local friends told me about that I need to go check out, because it's also like the exclusive place to pick up this like tabletop card game thing that's supposed to be super fun. So I'll find out what that is so that I can go pick up that game, and then I'll tell you about this game.
Okay,
and
cool.
I did get to play the card game at one point, and it was super fun. Do you remember years ago on the iPhone, we could get this like collaborative game where you have a bunch of people together and you start the game, and it's like your spaceship is falling apart, and everyone has a specific set of functions that they can control.
Yes, I forget what it was called, but
you had to shout the instructions out.
Yes.
And that person has to do them. And so this card game is in that vein.
Oh, fun.
And it was a lot of fun.
That sounds fun. So the thing to remember about dice is that it probably doesn't matter what they're made of. And I mean, I've got a dozen different gemstone sets and
of course,
and probably a dozen metal sets, which I've decided that A, I'm not going to buy any more of, and 2, I will never use them because they're going to ding the crap out of any table that they get rolled on.
Well, now I see this as an opportunity for you to design a table that has coverings designed to not get damaged when you use your metal dice.
Well, so I have a dice tower, and including a little receptacle that the dice roll out into that's padded. But
I just did a Google search for dice towers.
Yeah.
And holy crap, some of these are like insanely elaborate.
Yeah, really, really epic. It turns out that the nerds have grown up and they've learned how to make things. I mean, that's seriously, I mean, like the cleverness with dice are I mean, like these gemstone dice, I don't know. I feel like someone found someone in China who could make them, but they weren't. But that's not what they were. They this Chinese company wasn't hey, let's make gemstone dice. They were probably like, hey, we can make things out of gemstones. And someone said, hey, wait a minute, you can make things out of gemstone. Can you make them in these shapes? Okay, great. Can you carve numbers into them? Great. Can you fill in those numbers? Yeah. Anyway, the cleverness that abounds in the world of tabletop role-playing games, which is, mostly D&D, but there's so much more besides D&D. It is immense. It is amazing. It is fun. It is wonderful. It's lovely. You can spend all the money if you want to on buying cool things. There are tables. There are elaborate tables set up for D&D that, like allow you to do things, and then you put the cover back on it, and then it becomes a table again. There are all the things. So when you're buying your dice, my point is, it really doesn't matter what they're made out of. You should probably get a set that resonates with you and that you sort of like will think about rolling.
Okay, that seems like good advice. And while you've been talking, I've been clicking on some of these links from because I did my search on dice towers.
Uh-huh.
And man, there are so many options out there. I could, if I wanted to drive over to Walmart today for...
Why would you do that?
Well, I know. But my point is, if I were to do that, I could pick up a dice tower that includes a set of 7 dice for $12 and $11.96.
Yeah, you can probably find them even cheaper. I mean, they're definitely inexpensive dice sets, and again, they're going to be just fine. It's funny.
So it's the tower and the dice.
Oh, I see, the tower and the dice. That's cheap. By the way, the original basic set, the D&D basic set, this was sold in 1977, I think. It was a box. It had an adventure in it, and it had the basic rule book, and it had some papers like I think there was a character sheet and, multiple character sheets. And then it came with 5 dice. And these dice were super cool, and they chipped, they fell apart relatively quickly. And so they would quickly become rounded. And
so you'd be rolling balls.
Yeah. Well, essentially, yeah. And certainly weren't random anymore. And I so wish I still had my basic set dice. I don't, but I wish I did. So anyway, just memory lane. Hey, you remember that short show we were going to do?
No.
That was 1 hour and 4 minutes and 38 seconds ago, minus the coughing time that I end up taking out. So we should wrap it up, so then it's basically like an hour-long show. Yeah, here we go. Ready? And that's this week's Context Machine. If you have anything to comment on, add, or question, you can write us at contextmachinepodcast@gmail.com. Our bandwidth is provided by CashFly. The bass is by Dr. Boone, recorded just for the show. That's all for this week. And Jeff, I appreciate you being here with dealing with your post-COVIDness.
And Brian, I appreciate you being here, dealing with your crappy cold.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yes. And
Yes.
short show. Whose idea was that?